Chapter 3 Poem Canvas of Soil. Stanza-wise explanation, summary, moral and important word meanings from grade 9 subject English book Kaveri. Stanza 1 Palette of earth rich and deep, where dreams of gardeners seep, brush strokes of seeds planted true, awaiting spring's vibrant hue. Explanation. In this stanza, the poet compares the earth to a palette used by a painter. The soil is rich and full of possibilities. The gardener's dreams and hopes are placed into the soil, just as an artist puts colors on a palette. The seeds are called brushstrokes, which means they are like marks made by a painter. These seeds are carefully planted and wait for spring, when they will grow and fill the garden with bright colors, meaning the garden begins as an idea and hope in the gardener's mind. Seeds planted in the soil later become beautiful flowers and plants. Stanza 2 Blossoms bloom, a painted sight, dancing in the morning light, shades of green, red, and blue, nature's artwork ever new. Here, the poet describes the blooming flowers as if they are part of a beautiful painting. The blossoms look bright and lively in the morning sunlight. The garden is full of different colors like green, red, and blue. All these colors together create a lovely scene. The poet says, "This is nature's artwork," which means nature itself is a great artist. It is ever new because every season brings fresh beauty. Meaning, when the flowers bloom, the garden becomes colorful, lively, and beautiful, like a new painting made by nature. Stanza 3 Each plot a canvas wide, where art and life coincide. In the hands of those who till, gardens become paintings still. In this stanza, each small piece of land in the garden is compared to a canvas. It is a place where art and life come together. Gardening is not just work, it is also an art. The people who dig, plant, and care for the garden are like artists. Because of their hard work, the garden turns into a beautiful painting that remains calm and lovely. Meaning, a garden is a living work of art created by the loving efforts of gardeners. Next, summary. The poem Canvas of Soil compares a garden to a painting. The poet says that the earth is like a painter's palette, the seeds are like brushstrokes, and each garden plot is like a canvas. When the seeds grow and flowers bloom, the garden becomes full of colors and beauty. The poem shows that gardening is both work and art. It praises the creativity of gardeners and the beauty of nature. The poet wants us to understand that a garden is not just a place where plants grow, but a living painting created with care, patience, and imagination. Next, moral. The moral of the poem is nature is a beautiful form of art, and with care, patience, and hard work, ordinary soil can be turned into something wonderful. Another simple moral: creativity and hard work together create beauty in life. Next, important word meanings. Palette, a flat board on which a painter mixes colors. Earth, soil, land. Rich, full and fertile. Deep, having great depth. Here, full of value and potential. Dreams, hopes and wishes. Gardeners, people who grow and care for plants. Seep, to pass slowly into something. Brush strokes, marks made by a painter's brush. Seeds, small parts of plants from which new plants grow. Planted true, planted carefully and properly. Awaiting, waiting for. Spring, the season when flowers bloom. Vibrant, bright, lively and full of energy. Hue, shade or color. Blossoms, flowers. Bloom, to flower. Painted side, something that looks like a painting. Dancing, moving lightly and beautifully. Shades, different tones of a color. Artwork, a creative work of art. Plot, a simple piece of land. Canvas, cloth or surface used for painting. Here it means the garden land. Coincide, come together. Till, to dig and prepare the soil for planting. Still, calm and at rest, also meaning continuing to remain. Next, very short central idea. The poem shows that a garden is like a beautiful painting and gardeners are artists who create it with soil, seeds and care. Important poetic devices in the poem: metaphor, palette of earth, brush strokes of seeds, each plot a canvas wide. Imagery, colorful pictures of blossoms, morning light, and shapes of green, red, and blue. Alliteration, blossoms bloom. Personification, dreams of gardener's sheep, blossoms bloom dancing. Rhyme scene, AABB. So friends, we have completed stanza-wise explanation, summary, moral, important word meanings, short central idea, and important poetic devices in the poem. We will do all the question answers of this poem in a separate video. You can support me with channel membership and super thanks. If you like the video, kindly like, hype the video and share it with your friends. Also subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to receive new video notifications. We will meet in the next video. Thank you for watching.